we will witness another IPL within 6 months of 13th edition. For a broadcaster, it is as big a challenge organizing the league as it is for the BCCI. I am joined at this hour by Sanjog Gupta, the head of sports of Star India, to talk about IPL during COVID times. Sanjog, thank you very much for joining me. Another IPL in 6 months amid a rise in COVID cases. Tell me the challenges that are facing you as a broadcaster.
So, as you are aware, Rika, the last IPL was a blockbuster IPL. It was the biggest season of IPL ever, with consumption crossing 400 billion minutes. So, any act to follow from there will always be a challenge because you're trying to challenge the benchmark that you've set for yourself.
Right.
Having said that, there are positives and negatives to having an IPL. Were we always prepared for the IPL to return to its original window? Absolutely. And I think the fact that the IPL is actually going to happen in India creates that additional buzz around the tournament, which perhaps went missing to some extent when the tournament moved to the UAE. It also allows us to take a lot of the initiatives that we had put in place for the last IPL, which were perhaps experimental at that point, into play again and develop them further. Initiatives around fan engagement, initiatives around broadcast design, initiatives around heightening the experience itself. So a lot of those initiatives can continue because the IPL is happening within 3 or 4 months of the conclusion of the previous season. Right. Having said that, as you rightly said, it is a challenge. Let me not undermine the effort that organizing something at this scale takes. You're aware of this. The broadcast operation is massive. It includes 700 plus crew members and almost 100 commentators from 12 to 13 different countries. They're all coming down. They're putting 60 to 75 days of hard work into the operation. They're in confinement. They're in biosecure bubbles across the country with the main biosecure bubble in Mumbai. So there is an immense responsibility on the broadcaster, which is Disney Star India, to ensure that the operation is safe, but more importantly, each and every member who is contributing to the operation is safe and feels safe. So it is a massive endeavor, and let me not undermine the challenges, but we also see it as a huge opportunity to give back to sports fans in a little way, a little bit of joy in times like these, for all the commitment that they have shown, the love that they have shown, the passion that they have shown towards the game and towards us as broadcasters.
Right. Sanjog, you mentioned about creating a bio bubble for all the broadcasters, for the crew and all the other stuff. Now, you're moving from UAE to India where the cases are rising every day. What are the heightened challenges? What are the safety protocols you have put in place in India? There seems to be a great deal of worry around staging of IPL this time around.
So the fundamental framework or the design principles of the biosecure bubble remain the same, Rika, because the biosecure bubble, which has been designed in consultation with a set of distinguished doctors, is basically meant to keep any infection that's pre-existing in the outside world outside. So the fundamental design framework or the assumption is that the bubble protects everyone inside it. What we have done, though, is, as you rightly said, given the rise in the number of infection, we've made some of the measures that are implemented inside the biosecure bubble, both in terms of access and entry to the bubble, as well as the operation of the bubble much more stringent. So, for example, every crew member or commentator who's coming into the biosecure bubble firstly needs a negative RT-PCR test before even checking into the hotel that he or she is staying at, after which they are in mandatory room isolation for 7 days. So they're not allowed to step out of the room at all. They're tested thrice in this period. And only after all 3 tests are negative can they even start operating in the biosecure bubble. And this principle or this measure applies equally to each and every crew member, to each and every commentator, irrespective of where the commentator is coming from and who the crew member is. The second part of it is just in terms of running the biosecure bubble itself. We've made the measures around safety, around masking, around social distancing, around sanitization, much more stringent. So all equipment used during the course of this production will be sanitized twice during the day, irrespective of whether it's being used or not. There is immense focus on zoning, where crew members aren't allowed to congregate at all. And in fact, mixing of different sets of crew members or groups of crew members is also minimized. So a set of commentators who are delivering the select dugout feed will have no interaction with the set of commentators who are delivering any of the regional feeds. And this we are doing to ensure that even if there is a limited chance or probability of an infection inside the biosecure bubble, it is completely minimized in terms of being passed on. And we are taking proactive steps to ensure that anyone who tests positive or is showing symptoms is immediately isolated, and anyone who has been in touch with that person is all isolated as well. So there are fairly stringent measures that we are putting in place to ensure that, one, the operation does not suffer, but more importantly, and I can't emphasize this enough, anyone who is contributing to this endeavor of ours to bring smiles to people's faces in times like these by putting together this IPL operation feels safe and is safe through these 2.5 months.
Sanjog, I understand that your work is very, very tough this time around. Now let's talk about the tournament. For the first time, we are seeing that all teams are going to play in neutral venues. So neutral venues means neutralizing advantages of these teams. Chennai will not be playing in Chepauk, Mumbai not in Mumbai. How, as a broadcaster, do you respond to that?
It's a really interesting tournament, Rika, and it's only when the IPL moves abroad do all teams play at neutral venues. So as you rightly said, for the first time in India, teams will be playing at neutral venue, which will completely do away with any kind of home advantage that teams used to benefit from. And what that does is it sets up the tournament really well. It evens the odds and it promises to be a highly competitive tournament. There are two other facets to the tournament which are, in my opinion, very unique and can potentially set a larger narrative for the tournament. One is the emergence of young India. You've reported on how the likes of Rishabh Pant, Natarajan, KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav are now going from being emerging heroes to truly rising stars and perhaps icons of tomorrow. And there will be a lot of focus on these players because they're all now proven match winners and have the kind of recognition which goes with assuming that stature. Right. And so there will be a lot of eyes to see who the next Virat Kohli, who the next Rohit Sharma, who the next MS Dhoni is going to be. And it's going to be one of these young cricketers. The second narrative, which is interesting, which I guess will play out in the second half of the tournament, is this is also the year of the T20 World Cup, which is going to happen in India. So the selectors, I'm sure, will be keeping a very close eye on performances of all cricketers who are playing the IPL to see who needs to make the cut, at least in the first group of players being considered to join the squad. So I think those two narratives combined with the one that you mentioned around the parity that conditions now will have as far as teams are concerned, sets it up as a really interesting tournament to watch every day.
Sanjog, as a fan of the tournament, as a fan of IPL, I would like to know any other storyline as broadcasters you're promoting this time around.
Oh, there are lots of storylines, Rika. I think obviously Virat's hunt for that elusive RCB title for RCB. Can Rohit Sharma do what no IPL captain has done before, which is a hat trick of wins, which will truly, and there may be naysayers and there may be an argument about this, but will truly make him, in my opinion, the greatest IPL captain of all time. Can MS Dhoni turn around the story for CSK, given that the core of CSK may actually change fairly dramatically next year when the big auction happens and players get redistributed and potentially two new teams coming. So those are obviously individual narratives that we are building. The other thing, the big narrative or the big theme that we've taken, as you may be aware from our marketing campaign, is we are saying IPL stands for being much more than a sporting tournament. It's actually a platform which is a microcosm of India and the new India, which is on the go, which takes risks, which is entrepreneurial, which is enterprising, which is full of passion, which doesn't believe any odds are insurmountable. And IPL stands for all of that. And what we are going to try and do is, in line with that campaign, heighten or amplify performances and players who really stand for or stand as reflections of that new India, who overcome odds that seemed insurmountable, who have this risk-taking ability, which is which again is a reflection of India's youth, and really bring that fervor alive. That this is not just a sporting tournament. This is actually, in some sense, a reflection of New India and New India's courage, New India's enterprise, New India's passion.
That's very, very interesting. As a broadcaster, to bring that to light will be very, very gratifying indeed for you. Thank you very much, Sanjog.